Hi guys, this is Pete Tybeck here. Changing the plugs on my 1998 Ford Expedition, Eddie Bauer Expedition, and as I said, I've just gotten done changing the plugs. So you may say, well, what good is that? And the reason I'm making this is there was a wise man that said there's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. I certainly had the knowledge on how to change a spark plug, but I didn't have the wisdom on how to do it. And that's what I'm hoping to do, is pass on a little of that wisdom that I learned as I undertook this project. Okay, here we go. Again, back to my 1998 Ford Expedition that I've changed the plugs on. First glance, God, it sure looks intimidating, but it's really not that bad. Part of what you have other videos out there that show how to take the parts off the engine in order to get to your coils and to get to your plugs. What I didn't see was a way of taking the breakers off in order to get further back here. You basically have to take off your wires here, take off this plastic cap, unscrew this one wire that comes across. That'll give you enough room once you get this out to pull the whole thing over to allow you to have more room. You would take off this bolt and this bolt up here, and this whole piece comes out. That'll allow you to get back here to these pipes, these hot water pipes. You can pull these pipes out of the way using either a rope, or you can use a plastic tie. As I said, there are other videos that show you how to get your coils off and unscrew them and take your plugs out. One of the problems that I had that I've seen other people have, try and hold this straight, is when you're working on number 7 plug on the fuel rail, they have a pressure regulator, which is right here. This pressure regulator stops the screw coming up from the coil when you try and take it off with your 7mm. What you need to do is go out and get yourself a universal 7mm, which is, I hope you can see this, which is the universal joint and the 7mm all in one. This is what the two-piece looks like. You can see it is so much bigger. I'm not recommending any brand or type. I'm just telling you that this will fit underneath that fuel rail. There is no need to take off any fuel rails when doing this project. One of the other problems I came across with my normal ratchets and my sockets to get my spark plug out, or after I put it in, was my ratchet, my socket stayed down in the engine as I tried to pull the extension bar out. I went and bought a locking bar that holds onto the socket and will not let it go. It will make your life a lot easier. On some of the videos you saw, it said to spray in your carburetor cleaner on top of the spark plug once you've gotten your coil off. Again, I found it hard to spray without spraying the whole engine, and all I did was find a little funnel and put a tube on it. I spray into the funnel once this is inside where the spark plug is, and I had no problem getting my fluid down on top of the spark plug, and just let it sit there after you've cracked it maybe an eighth of a turn. I'd also recommend getting a magnet. It'll save you fingers. Just extend it out and grab that bolt out of the coil. Again, don't forget to use your dielectric grease. I not only put it in where the spark plug goes on the coil, I also put it on the connector of the coil and put it on the outside, because I had a very hard time getting some of the connectors for the coil off. Again, use your anti-seize on your spark plugs. Make sure you have a good variety of different lengths. I also like to have a mirror so I can get back there and see. One thing I found, especially in the back, getting to 7 and 8 and 3 and 4, was getting the connectors off the coils. There just wasn't enough room to get the connector dislodged from the coil, and again, there are videos to show you how to release the connectors. So what I did, especially in the back, I tried to figure out a way of how can I hold that clip up to pull the connector off, because my fingers were getting very, very sore. So what I came up with was, my answer was a simple toothpick. I broke it in half, and I could feel and I could shove that toothpick, trying to get this here where we can see. Let me get the light over. And I could shove that toothpick right underneath that clip that has to be pushed up. That will release that clip. So all you have to do is worry about grabbing a hold of the clip and pulling it off of the coil. It made it so much easier than trying to hold the clip and pull that clip off at the same time. Takes patience, a little time. It'll save you a lot of money, and it's a job that you can do. Just keep track of where everything goes back and have fun.